Hello and welcome to this 5-minute Monday mini. My name is Bettina Ray. In these videos, I try and attempt to answer all the questions that you send me in less than 5 minutes because I know you don't have time to watch anything longer than that, and I know I like to ramble, so trying to rein it in. So each week we cover a different topic. Sometimes it's fertility, sometimes it's pregnancy, sometimes it's birth, yoga, motherhood, all the things. And before I get into today's video, can I ask if you like what I share here? Can you please like, subscribe, do all of the things, share it with your friends? I really appreciate it. Let's get into today's topic. So I was asked the other day, how do you make time for yoga when you're a busy mum? It's such a great question, but I'd love to start with, let's redefine what yoga means. So yoga doesn't have to be on the mat. Yoga doesn't have to be an hour-long practice. Yoga doesn't have to be you getting your sweat on. And while I think it's really important, I think it's also important to see that it's not the whole picture. Your yoga practice can be rocking your baby to sleep over nighttime and allowing yourself to do some deep breathing rather than getting frustrated with the fact that they're still not asleep. Your yoga practice can be taking a moment of gratitude before you fall asleep at night. Your yoga practice can be taking some deep breathing when your 2-year-old chucks a tantrum because you gave them the wrong color cup. Your yoga practice can be walking around the block with your toddler at snail's pace while they'll check out every insect and ant, and just being aware of the moment rather than getting caught up in all the things that you need to do. That's your yoga practice as well. That mindfulness and that approach to life, that way of living, that is yoga. And I know the physical practice is really important. I'm not going to knock it, obviously. But I just want you to see that there's also more to it. So don't get too bogged down in, I can't do hour-long practices anymore, because I can't either. The only time I ever get an hour-long practice in is when I'm either A, teaching it, or I'm in the studio because I've gone to a class. And at the minute, that's probably happening for me once a month. That's as much as I get into the studio. And you know what? I'm cheering when I get there. It's amazing, but it doesn't happen very often. Most of my practices are short, 10, 20 minutes, whatever I can fit in around the kids. All right, so my top tips for making time for the physical practice. Number one would have to be do it first thing in the morning before you've got 1,000 excuses why you shouldn't do it. And I am 100% guilty of this. If I plan to do it by the afternoon, by 3 or 4 o'clock, I've got 1,000 other excuses. I should cook dinner, I should hang the washing out, I should not get sweaty because then I'll have to have another shower. You know, all of the excuses, I can't be bothered, that comes up too. It all comes up for me if I put it off to the afternoon. First thing in the morning, I can usually kind of bypass that little circuit of me arguing with myself and just jump on my mat. And before I know it, I've done it and it's done and I haven't had to argue with myself. Especially if you can create a ritual around it and a routine, and you kind of take the decision making out of it. This is what you do first thing every morning or first thing every second morning. No excuses, no arguments, you just do it. You're gonna have more chance of sticking to a regular practice. Other great times to practice, first thing kids go down for a nap or when they go to sleep at night. I know it's tempting to meld into the couch and get Facebook out, but see if you can get on your mat. Again, 10, 20 minutes. I've got lots of classes over in my online yoga circle if you want to be guided for that practice. And I guarantee you'll feel way better than if you spent that 10 minutes in a Facebook vortex on the couch anyway. So another tip I have for actually getting a physical practice into your day is signing up for a yoga studio or a yoga membership. And it may sound counterproductive if you're feeling like I have no time for yoga, but I'm going to book in to a studio. But the actual investment of investing money into something is great motivation. I know for me, if I'm paying for a membership, I'm going to be using it. So going to a physical studio and meeting a person there is a great way to make sure that you actually go. If that's not possible for you, so it might be not in the budget, it might be that you don't have childcare, maybe your husband works away and you can't get in, an online membership will work just as well, so you have that financial commitment. And of course, I can't miss this opportunity to plug my own circle here. You've got an online community of other women in the same boat who can encourage you to do your practice and who you can talk with about your struggles to do all these sorts of things. And my final tip is to stop thinking about a yoga practice as needing to be a series of poses for even 5 minutes long. It doesn't. Your yoga practice might be while you wait for the kettle to boil, you do some stretches, holding onto the bench, walking your feet out and just stretching out through the back. Your yoga practice might be while you're sitting on the floor, take your legs out and do a few little leg stretches. Your yoga practice might be while the kids are jumping on the trampoline, you do a few sun salutations on the grass beside them. It doesn't have to be for any certain length of time. Even just a gentle twist. So if you're sitting at your office chair and you take a little gentle twist, That's moving your body and making you feel good. It's yoga. It doesn't have to be this prolonged practice. While yes, it's ideal, it doesn't have to look like. All right, so I hope that has helped you to think about how you can get some more yoga into your day. If you have any other questions, please make sure that you send them to me. If you would like to do some practice at home, you can start a free 30-day trial of my online yoga circle. We'd love to have you over there. Otherwise, see you next week. Have a great one. Namaste.